Hey, welcome to the Mystery Fifth Hour, along with Jim Dunaway, the rock star, Sean Henniger, Lance Taylor. I'm Ryan Brown. Thank you for joining us. It is the Thanksgiving edition of the Mystery Fifth Hour. We're talking about all about the great holiday of Thanksgiving. It is presented by McCurry Van and Car Rental. If you need a car, van, or truck, rent from McCurry Van and Car Rental, the local rental company you can depend on. All kinds of vehicles to choose from. That includes trucks, SUVs, and passenger vans. Easy to rent. In and out fast. Locations in Athens, Muscle Shoals, Huntsville, and Coleman on 2nd Avenue Northwest. And coming soon, Tuscaloosa Skyland Boulevard. Reserve your rental today by calling this number, 256-559-1003, 256-559-1003, or visit McCurryRentals.com. Thank you for joining us. Please give us a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're going to talk about Thanksgiving. We're going to start with Lance because it is right in his Twitter bio. If you've ever read his Twitter bio.
By the way, I think I started Twitter in like 11, 12, 13, and I've never changed it.
And you get limited characters in that bio. I think 280, just like an old tweet, right?
Do you?
I don't think you get limited characters.
I don't even know what I have in mind.
I change mine all the time, and I've yet to hit the limit, so I don't know.
What do you change?
Moods.
Jim Dunaway, feeling gloomy.
Yeah. This could actually be the worst day of my life.
Football.
So you get limited characters in that bio, and you decided to dedicate some of yours to your favorite holiday.
Yeah, so I know the Rams are in there, Thanksgiving.
That's
I
right.
think Thanksgiving is a standalone day. The only negative about Thanksgiving is we have to work the day after.
We do have to work on Black Friday because of the Iron Bowl. We get to work on Black Friday because of the Iron Bowl.
That's the only drawback. I loved when they played the Iron Bowl on Fridays. I know retail in Alabama did not like that.
No, that Black Friday Iron Bowl
but
killed
I thought
retail.
it was
How
awesome.
many years
because
did they do it?
3, I think.
Yeah.
2 or 3, yeah.
I think 08, 9, I think 10 was on a Saturday. I remember, I'm certain 9 was on a good Black Friday because it was the Tiger Woods Day, the 2009 Iron Bowl at Jordan-Hare. I remember sitting in the press box.
I thought 10 was on a Friday.
It might have been.
Yeah.
I'm not swearing that it wasn't.
I think it was.
But I know the 9 was. I was in the press box at Jordan-Hare, and I heard somebody behind me say, "Oh my God, Tiger Woods just had an awful car accident." Which really wasn't that bad a car accident, really.
Christmas is just such a bigger deal, and there's just so much that goes into it. There's so many details. And with Thanksgiving, it's really just about the food.
Yeah, it does feel a little more laid back than Christmas.
It is much more laid back. The weather's typically better. It really is the one event, whether you like, everybody likes food, whether you like football or not, when football and food come together.
Yeah.
And it's family members you haven't seen in a while and friends that are straggling. Like I remember one time I had Rocky over for Thanksgiving, and I had Tony Curry and his kids and wife.
At the same time?
Yeah.
And I've got a random Motley Crue coming this year.
Do you really?
Yeah, so it's exciting to me to put on a little Thanksgiving and then spend it with the family. It's awesome.
Yeah.
See, I never get to, I travel up to Mentone, and I drive day of.
Do you have to or do you get to?
I enjoy it. I get to enjoy the drive up. I really do
drive,
enjoy the
the
drive
drive.
up.
Yeah, I love the drive
drive
back.
is awesome.
Drive
Drive back is so much better.
Spend time with Maggie's family, but then I come back because we got to work the next day, and I want to wake up and come into work, so I come back and sleep in my own bed.
What's the Egg Bowl thing you do? What do you call it?
I don't, they have. Literally the meal is like 40 to 45 people.
Yeah. Oh
at
God.
this thing.
How do they fit? You have a banquet hall?
Yeah, it's a
one
big
of the
house.
houses is a huge house, and it is a tea table.
Oh, so everybody's at the same table?
Yeah.
My
one big
gosh.
Tea table, and you have your
It's
name.
like y'all are royalty.
Your name is on a place setting.
Is it a buffet or is it?
Whoa. I have never heard this part.
I haven't
Have you
either.
heard this?
So do y'all have a
Little card.
server?
A little card.
So there's a little card that says Jim Dunaway, Maggie sitting next to you?
Jim. First name's Jim. Maggie.
Do you go
walk around and
do you
pick
go
your own
scout it? And then like, oh God, I do not want to sit next to so-and-so, and you swap them around?
Right, but when it was, my redneck Thanksgiving upbringing, I'd go in and pull off, crap, if the Macy's parade on, and my grandmother had already had the ham cooked for a little bit, while everything else I'd go and pull the little ham off.
Oh,
and maybe
yeah.
a little, I called it a little purse sandwich. One piece of white bread, put a little ham in there, a little mayonnaise, sit and watch some more. I don't get to do any of that, right?
No.
I'm not picking off any
Did
food
it dress
while it's
up?
all going. It's I would call it church casual. There's slacks on and maybe some flannels. People are drinking wine, so it's fine. But I can't drink a ton because I got to drive back.
I'm definitely driving back.
So the out of the 45, how many do you like, honestly?
They will probably see this.
You think the
Very
45 will watch? There's
Very
no way.
doubtful any of them watch it.
Out of 45, how many
Like
can I name?
me.
Yeah.
Oh, I was thinking
What
me.
do you think that percentage is?
I know my kids and Maggie.
That's good. That's a good start. That's a good start.
Yeah, I assumed you had
Maggie's
those.
brother, his wife, and those kids.
Okay, so that's
If the folks come in from North Carolina on Maggie's side, I know them.
Mm-hmm.
After that,
is it. So was it buffet? Rockstar was about to ask that. Is it buffet?
multiple turkeys, multiple hams.
Did somebody carve the turkey with the? Zzz?
No,
They got a guy in a white hat that slices
No,
it
the
when you're
women-
waiting.
Carving station.
I don't want to say
station.
older women, but the matriarchs of the families that are cooking, they're in there. They slice it up.
Good God, do they start cooking on Sunday?
I would imagine they
Yeah.
had to cook for a week. Uncle Patton, Maggie's brother, I call him Uncle Patton because that's what the kids call him. He smokes a good bird. I mean, he smokes a
Yeah.
couple of turkeys out on his.
Do you know how he does it?
It's not a green egg, but it's a.
Yeah, but I mean, like,
it's a fold up
yeah.
one, but he cooks it overnight. It's
does he?
good.
Do y'all have to bring a dish? Is it one of those things where it's a potluck?
Maggie makes some when we get there.
Okay.
She makes her sweet potato casserole.
Okay.
So will she stay Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday?
She goes up and she either goes Tuesday or Wednesday, and she's there. She comes back Sunday or Monday.
Wow.
If we didn't have to work, if we didn't get to work on Black Friday, would you stay up there?
Yeah, maybe.
Right.
Your voice kind of raised.
Yeah, Rockstar that much. No,
Like
no, no.
Uncle Patton and his kids, you know.
Well, we're out of the 45, how many sleep
Yeah,
there?
where do 45 people sleep?
Well, I mean, there's
the
three
Waltons.
houses in the compound. in their
Compound.
area that they're on a river in Mentone.
Do you have a guy that wears sunglasses
So
and
one of
preaches the
them-
word?
Like one of them,
Yeah, really. Is it a cold?
one of them is Uncle Patton's house. and
Uh-huh.
then
We
two
all wear
other family
robes.
Houses.
Right?
So it seats everybody, it sleeps everybody.
Like, if I showed up just out of the blue, do you think somebody would think I was family?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
easily.
Yeah, like I could blend in and get a good meal.
They may call you Jim's partner. Jim's partner.
Hi guys. So is there a specific dish there that somebody makes that you don't like? You don't have to rat anybody out, but
No.
like, do you
no,
know?
I try to eat everything.
Don't
I
get
mean,
Susan's green bean casserole. It's awful every year.
I usually don't go green bean casserole because it's got some stuff in it I don't
Yeah.
like.
Green beans.
But there's some people make the traditional cranberry stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and I always go to the redneck. There's some of the redneck slice out of the can. I always go that way.
That's all I do.
And,
How many years have you been doing this?
let's see, I've been married to Maggie for 25.
So 25.
So 25.
I would say probably for the last 15
That's
years.
crazy.
Okay.
Before that, it was to
That is so
Maggie's.
much pressure on the host, like just the amount of people that are
Well,
going to be in
yeah,
my
but it
house.
sounds like they live for
My
it.
Yeah.
favorite Thanksgiving.
What did y'all do for COVID?
My
That's his favorite Thanksgiving.
Okay, good point. My second favorite Thanksgiving was while the house in Mentone was being built, and unfortunately Maggie's mom and dad had divorced, and we didn't. This was no longer going over to Maggie's mom and dad, which is what we used to have to do.
Get to do.
And then there was a transition year of the divorce, and then the house in Mentone was not built yet. So we hosted 1 year, and I get all the leftovers and everything. Now this wasn't the house of 45. This was just the Birmingham.
Okay.
So we probably hosted
God.
12 people, and our house was small, and their house is in Mountain Brook. Mine was out here in the burbs, and so they came in. We blessed the food. We ate. They hung around cordially for a few desserts, and then they were out the door. It probably was 3 hours, not 5 or 6 days.
And then football time in America.
And then I was down in my sports room, and boom. I was going to say they're soccer people, so they love to watch a lot of soccer.
Can you believe this?
So the Lions,
You got the
Are they from Brazil?
like the
Cow.
Lions, Premier League. The Lions are on,
Losing.
but sometimes after, if there's a Premier League soccer game that day, sometimes after that, if it falls on a Saturday.
So
Oh, my- you put on Premier Soccer in your house on Thanksgiving.
No, I don't.
the 45.
If it's on,
In the
if-
castle.
If there is a game going on, like I think last year we watched West Ham play somebody.
Did y'all do the Viking
That's
thing?
about as un-American as anything I've ever
I mean,
heard.
really, this is the wildest
Then
Thanksgiving.
I caught some of the Lions second half, and I catch the Cowboys game always.
Wait, so the game will get trumped for a Premier game?
Yeah, until that game's over with. Then we get second half Lions, and then we're eating.
You don't have to worry about me showing up uninvited now.
Then we're eating, and during the Cowboys game,
And tea served?
and on the drive, then I'm out the door as quick as I can get out because I don't like to get off that mountain. It's a really curvy road.
That is
after
a curvy
dark,
road,
but
yeah.
it is It's usually after dark.
Have you ever thought about what happens if you go over the side?
Many times. What if I just don't?
Have you ever-
What if I just don't make this turn?
Yeah.
That happened to Steve Carell in the morning show,
Yeah,
right?
saw it.
spoiler alert. At least you down a full
So
stomach.
then I catch, to get back to what Rockstar says,
Yeah, right.
then I catch, on the drive back, I'm catching the Cowboys second half on radio. And then on the way home, I stop and get Chinese food because I don't get to bring home any of the leftovers.
That's right.
Why can't you bring some home?
Because
He's abandoned
first of
them.
all, it's 45 people. That's a lot of people. And they're staying up
Leave
there.
him with a wheelbarrow.
And they're staying up there the whole weekend. So if I take even one plate, they may not have enough food for their leftovers. So
It's not like
Everybody
it's
say
alive.
goodbye to Brother
the
Jim.
plane crash in the
Brother Jim will return next year.
plane crash in the Andes where they have to eat each other.
Hey,
Our provisions are low.
let me
So
explain to you what happened one time. No. Let me explain to you what happened one time. Probably about 14 years ago.
Oh, I know where you're going.
Dunaway was about to get a to-go plate. Somebody's like, "Oh, you're getting a to-go plate?"
Yeah.
That was the end of it.
Yeah.
Are you leaving?
Never again.
And you're taking that?
Yep.
No, don't worry about it.
No, I'm good.
Don't want
I'm
it.
good. I'm
I'm
good.
good.
I'll stop and get Chinese, Maggie. Don't
They
worry
do,
about me.
though, because of my passive aggressiveness.
Uh-huh.
They do
I'm
make one extra sheet of my style of cornbread dressing
Burnt, right?
that I'll either be able to take back with me or Maggie has pre-made and has waiting for me when I get back.
What a sweetheart. What
because-
makes your cornbread dressing special?
It's not. It's just the way my grandmother made it. It's the way every Southerner makes it. It's not
Heavy sage or light sage?
probably heavy.
Ugh.
Has there ever been a confrontation amongst 45 people?
Oh,
Yeah, get that wine flowing and somebody turns off the soccer game.
Before we pray, let's talk a little politics.
I mean, I'm going to tell you, I leave here probably at 8.
AM?
Yeah, so I get there at 10,
Uh-huh.
10:30ish, sometimes 11 if I stop for Waffle House.
God almighty.
Damn, you're a
you eat
consumer.
You eat
You're gonna hit that.
Waffle
You're gonna hit
House?
that 20,000 on
Wait a minute,
Thursday.
wait a minute. You eat Waffle House, Thanksgiving lunch, and
I
Chinese?
bet that is Waffle House is probably least busy day.
Oh, I
of the
bet it
year.
is, but I don't know how you eat that. God, I'd be
I'm trying to
miserable.
tell you guys, I eat. So sometimes my drive up is 90 minutes, which I think is actual time. Sometimes it takes
I'm a-
3 hours
Yeah.
to get there.
Sometimes Dunaway's like, I wonder where that road goes.
I'm not going to use GPS today. See if I can get there.
I wonder if that
Then I
road
get
runs north
there,
south.
Then I hang out for a bit. Love their kids.
Yeah.
Then
Like you said that with an eye roll almost.
then it's
What do they call you?
Uncle Jim. Uncle Jim. For a while they called me Stranger. What's up, Stranger?
Who is this fella?
Have you ever had snow up there?
Flurries. I do enjoy the walk. While food is being cooked, sometimes Maggie and I will go for a walk. Mm-hmm. There's a falls and it's a river.
You worry about bears?
We're about wildcats.
Wildcat.
Bobcats.
You hear about that
Holy hell,
Jimmy
that's Tony
Dunaway?
Dale!
Yeah,
You got attacked by a wildcat on Thanksgiving up in Mentone?
You can.
Did you say it's Tony Dell?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, Anthony Mashburn. You can.
Jamal.
You
Jamal.
Can hear them yeah. You can hear them at night sometimes.
Can you really? The Wildcats?
It's more of a lion, I guess.
Wow, I mean, that was a longer explanation than I had anticipated.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I would love to hear
Yeah, it
more
was
about it. I'd like to see
fantastic. I
footage
cannot
of it.
believe
Does that do it for us on Mystery Fifth
I
Hour?
mean,
But
we're almost
I-
done.
Like the line looks like for the buffet looks like the Apple line
Yeah.
for the new phone.
To Rockstar's point, I call it the Egg Foo Young Bowl.
Egg Foo Young Bowl, 'cause you eat only-
Because I'm always eating Chinese.
Is it men and women and children first,
Yes.
elderly, and then
Yes.
y'all?
And for some reason, I always think the women who prepared it should go first, but they always go last.
No, that's the way it is in the South. Yeah, you gotta make sure everybody eats.
Those ladies work really hard on it.
Rockstar, you cannot possibly top that. Do you have?
No,
any-
They're
I-
the nicest people, and then the desserts are on a table. There's a table.
like that.
Table full
Yeah.
of desserts.
I like
there are
that.
puddings and cakes and pies.
Putting it in my mouth.
pies.
That's what she
and
said.
What?
Fingerling things. And
Fingerling?
Yeah, like little
Lady fingers?
lemon square things.
Yeah,
It's a table full of desserts.
Rockstar.
I don't really have. I was trying to think of the last. I think I've done it once, where it hadn't been like immediate family. I'm trying to think of a Thanksgiving where I had like cousins and uncles,
Yeah.
and I mean it's been since grade school. I'm trying to think. We usually do immediate family now. Being married is different. Sometimes we'll go to Troy. It's like every other year, and then you split Christmas. This year, my brother and his wife are going to her family, her side, and then my sister and her husband are going to his family. So I think me and Nancy and her parents are coming to my parents' house, and But
Two parents together?
See, my brother and his wife live outside of Atlanta, and she's from South Carolina. So I'm every other year, either my parents in Jacksonville or my in-laws, which live like 5 minutes from us. So I got it pretty good, actually.
How long do you stay at the in-laws? How
Um,
many people is that? 7 people?
yeah, it's my 4, my 2 in-laws, and then my brother-in-law and his girlfriend and his son. So yeah, it's 9 people. Yeah.
I don't remember. I remember having a high school girlfriend. You guys worked with her. And I'm trying to remember how we did Thanksgiving. Like when you have like a high school girlfriend.
I think you dropped by. I remember spending a high school girlfriend a little time. You know, when we first got a divorce, me and Bethany, I had 3 Thanksgivings, which I didn't mind.
Yeah, it's good food.
Yeah, because I had her mom's Thanksgiving, that side of the family, her dad's, and mine.
You didn't have a Waffle House or an Egg Foo Young.
I did not.
Yeah,
I
that's a
always
lot.
watch 2 movies on Thanksgiving, too. Not on Thanksgiving, but either the night before
Right.
or the night of.
See, I kind of like that Wednesday night before Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I do too. So we always do trivia
Yeah.
the Wednesday night before, and it's
Oh,
always
yeah,
fun.
it's a great
packed.
crowd, right?
But
Yeah,
it gets
super
so packed that I used to stay late, but now I jump out right when we get off the stage and I go home and watch one of those 2 movies.
Yeah. Do you already have it planned this year? What movie it's going to be?
Yeah, I think it's going to be well, there's 2, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles and Son of a Woman. So I think Planes, Trains, and Automobiles because Maddie's never seen it. She's seen Son of a Woman. Yeah.
Oh, there you go. I'll start with you. What is a Thanksgiving food non-negotiable? Like any Thanksgiving meal you have has to have this food. And I guess you don't like the turkey, or you like turkey, but you like
I
vegetables.
think the sides are the better part.
But turkey and dressing, we can leave this off.
Yeah, I'm a squash casserole guy. Like New York
Really?
Butcher Shop, one of our big sponsors.
Yeah.
He's got like 15 different sides you can pre-order, and I already got I got the traditional, the mashed potatoes, the mac and cheese, but I got some squash casserole
Would it be smart
and pecan pie. Those are non-negotiable.
Oh, yeah.
if I just ordered a Thanksgiving meal from New York Butcher and just put it in my refrigerator to have it when I get home and just
Yeah.
ditch the Chinese and
Yeah.
that'd be my leftover?
Yeah.
I don't know if they can do an individual meal for
Well,
you.
your problem is
No,
you're going to have
I'm
to.
talking about,
No,
but
but
you
your
get the whole shooting match.
Yeah,
I
but
can eat it. I can do that.
your problem is
All
though.
weekend.
Your problem is you're going to have to cook it when you get home.
No, it's cooked, isn't it?
Well, not if it's in your refrigerator. You're going to have
Well,
to heat it back up.
Yeah, I mean everything. I mean it's just you got to heat it up.
No, I mean,
But that's all you got
you
to
gotta do
do.
that with leftovers anyway.
Yeah. Well, I
mean,
mean, it's probably going to be like 30 or 40 minutes
It's
in the
it's
oven.
Thanksgiving for dummies.
Yeah. What time do you get home?
Usually right at the kick.
The start of the egg
The
bowl.
initials a sap.
Yes, AP.
So do the kids stay up there all weekend?
They usually do.
Yeah.
Last year, Carter did not. Carter's got where he rides up with me and rides back with me.
Yeah, you got a lot of his
becoming a
dad in
little
it, but yeah,
Dunaway.
little
Yeah.
Jimmy D. What's your non-negotiable food item?
It's a dressing.
The burnt? Is it burnt? Is that?
No, I just like it in the. I don't. There are some people that they call it stuffing or dressing, but it's not. It's not dressing if it's not. Where you have to carve it out of a thing. That's dressing.
What do you mean carve it out
Where
of
you
the
have
thing?
to.
Turkey.
No. It's stuffing if it's in the turkey.
No,
if it's
this
cooked
is-
in the turkey.
This in a square pan.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where you have to carve it almost like it's a brownie.
Yeah.
But it's dressing. That's dressing
Really?
to me. Yes.
Okay.
I don't like it where you have to spoon it out.
Oh, see, mine is more spooned
Stovetop.
out. I kind of like that.
Stovetop.
No, and it's loose.
Does it?
No,
Yeah.
I like it more like a cornbread.
Yeah, me too.
No,
Me too.
mine's got some consistency to it,
It
but
may be
it's
called cornbread dressing is what mine is.
so yours is not cooked with all the giblets and stuff in there.
Like
there's some.
a half piece of boiled egg on there. Like those are 2 big
No,
pieces
There's
of
no
eggs.
boiled eggs.
No,
It,
but
it does have some meat in it.
Oh, I had one time somebody had oysters in it.
God,
Yeah.
that's
I said it
awful.
was oysters.
I've heard about
I've
that.
heard oyster dressing, but that
heard
sounds
about
terrible.
Yeah, I mean it
I
was
didn't think
okay,
they
but
were
I'm
in
just
the
like
free world, but I've heard about that.
you're trying too hard here.
Yeah, I can't think of oysters without that old boy that used to live next to you that did that oyster soup that time me and you were trying to watch the Iron Bowl.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Yep. The South Carolina guy.
Yeah, he was this big South Carolina fan, and I was going to Dunaway's house to watch the Iron Bowl. This is years ago.
And he was a South Carolina fan, hated Clemson. His wife did too. And I said, nope, can't come over. He has nowhere to watch football. Can't come over because he's going to talk during the Iron Bowl. I
Nope,
want
doesn't
to talk
talk.
during
He never talks during
Will
games.
not talk.
Yeah,
Will not-
he just
Talked to his wife. His wife talked to him. He will not talk. He understands it because South Carolina Clemson, he doesn't talk.
would not shut up
Would not shut up.
and made oyster soup.
Yep.
And
Does he
it's,
still live by you?
Oh, no. They moved back to South Carolina.
Yeah, I took one bite of that oyster soup. I was like, oh my God, that's the worst thing
Awful?
I've ever tasted. Awful.
Yeah.
And it's the Iron Bowl. I'm not oyster soup. Who eats oyster soup?
Why didn't you
watches
put
the
a
Iron
bullet
Bowl?
in his head?
Well,
I mean,
seemed extreme.
We
were into the game.
If you ever see my son Carter, he's got a little scar right here. left him with that couple while I got my first. Maggie was out of town. I got a colonoscopy. It's always a story.
Maggie was out of town and he got a colonoscopy. It's so Dunaway.
And I had Carter. I was in charge of Carter.
Maggie's like my old man, the Rolling Stone.
Harper, I guess. Harper was with Maggie, I guess. So I had a colonoscopy and I had Carter for
Why
some
would
reason.
you schedule a colonoscopy with your wife out of town? That doesn't make any
Who
sense.
took you?
My mom.
You take an Uber?
My mom took me, but I left
Sitting on
Carter.
a donut.
I left Carter with this lady. I can't remember that couple's name.
That's even better.
And I came back, and you're high as a kite after
Right.
the colonoscopy. And we go to pick Carter up, and she's like, "Sorry, he fell down. He got a stick stuck in his cheek. I've cleaned it and I put a little Band-Aid on it. And do you think you need to take him and get stitches?" And I was like, "What do you think?" And she was like, "I don't know." And my mom looked at it and she's like, "Well, we need to go get stitches." And
I got my ass tiddled with.
and I was like, "Nah, it doesn't need
It's
stitches."
fine.
So we didn't get stitches for him.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
I
got a
bet
scar
Maggie got
now.
on your ass. Don't you
Yeah.
realize?
Then when she got home, she was like, "Oh my God, he's gonna have a scar." And
It's a new dimple.
Yeah.
he does.
What's your non-negotiable food item?
I was introduced to this, and it's been a staple for my family. I was introduced to this at one of our former parties at our former employee. We had a potluck one day, and I don't know who brought it. Introduced me to corn casserole.
Oh, corn casserole.
Yes.
phenomenal.
I had never, and
Yeah.
Creamy corn?
yes, and I don't
Yeah,
know
it's
who.
so good.
Like you scoop it, like
Yes.
kind of, but it's kind of spongy. But somebody in our
It's almost like cornbread with corn in it.
yes,
It's-
somebody in our building
Yeah.
brought it, and I remember I had 3 servings of it. And
Yeah,
I
that
told my
stuff's
mom,
good.
and like, she started making it. And it's amazing. So that's one that that's been for about 15 years. Like we got to have corn
So that's
casserole.
not cream corn. It's like
No.
more. It's more.
It's almost like
bread.
connected, Yeah.
It's
It's
like
like
a bread.
breaded. It's real spongy.
Yeah.
But the bits of the
Put
corn
It
some-
is
in
put
it.
some-
good.
Put
It is
salt
good.
on it. Oh my God, that and I started loving dressing. I hated it as a kid, but I know it's.
Oh, I love it. Yeah.
And then my mom makes. She literally calls them butt rolls. It's
Oh, I like those. They
she
got yeah.
She puts 2 rolls together when they in the oven when they pop up. It literally looks like a big ass. And she goes like, "We're gonna do butt rolls."
I thought you were talking about those little like brown and serve.
Oh no, like they're like this
Yeah.
big and they look like a little ass. And the nephews and nieces eat the piss out of them.
Do y'all have a certain time y'all eat?
Oh, it's like 2:30, 3.
Ours is it's normally right around 12-ish, 12:50. It's about halftime of the Lions game. Yeah. Normally, I can watch the first half of the Lions game before we eat. But I'm like Dunaway. As soon as I walk in the door, I start picking. Man,
Yeah.
I go
See,
right
I
to the
can't do
food.
that. That's why I stop at Waffle House. Mentone.
We used to always do a breakfast casserole on Thanksgiving.
We do that on Christmas.
Yeah, we do that on Christmas. Mentone is whenever the Cowboys are kicking off, usually about 3 o'clock. That's usually the one game I want to watch.
Right,
And that's
of
what we're
course.
going to eat.
Yeah.
Back when I was a single man and my nanny was alive, she would cook all night long. She would cook all night long, and it was ready at 11 o'clock. And we didn't sit around a table. We got our plates. We went and sat and watched the Lions play at 11 o'clock.
I'm eating mine in the back seat of my car.
Yeah, and we sat there and we watched football and we ate all day long. You go get all you want. And,
What was the drink of choice?
well,
Bud Heavy?
RC.
my pops drank his beer, and Nanny probably had sweet iced tea, and I was drinking a Coca-Cola.
You know, on Thanksgiving, I drink my beer in a glass. Son.
Do most of the 45 have
Classic
cocktails?
holiday.
They do, but they're some of them are prosecco and some are high hat martinis and
Yeah, I'm trying to think of my crew. It'd probably be half
a lot of
and half.
wine though, a lot of red wine.
You know, it's the only time I ever drink, or the only time I ever drink like a Chardonnay is for Thanksgiving if it's early enough, because I don't drink red wine really early.
Yeah, and that they're trying to think at least 2, if not 3 outdoor fireplaces that people are outside around the
Can you get some
fireplaces.
photos of this place?
Yeah, I've really got to
Like that-
see this.
I'm
Would
super
you,
intrigued.
Could you document it this year?
I want to see the line.
And we don't have to send it out. I just want to see it.
No, this would be better than Charlie Brown's Christmas.
Yeah, a lot of things would.
Yes.
So you want to see the fireplaces?
Yeah.
Yeah, like just
Yeah.
the initial like the
Or do some
line.
interviews.
Yeah.
Little waterfalls. I'm not going to do an interview.
Ask Uncle Patton why he watches the Premier League
Yeah.
on
If
American
there's a game
Holiday.
this year, I'll let you know.
What did Charlie
I
Brown
remember
have?
it was West
They had
Ham last year.
popcorn, pretzels, and toast.
Jelly beans.
Yeah.
Jelly beans.
Sweet tree.
Yeah. Mine,
Yeah,
by the way.
Peppermint Patty got pissed.
Oh, she did. Sweet potato
Toast. They had a damn stack of toast.
Sweet potato casserole is my non-negotiable.
Oh, it's so
Gotta have
good.
sweet potato.
But you like marshmallows on top, right?
I'll go either way, but marshmallows is my preference.
That's what Maggie makes.
Yep.
I just think the
That's her
marshmallows
dish.
makes it look ghetto.
That's her dish.
It looks like
care
you got it at a county fair.
Don't care how
But
it
I'll eat it. I like the other kind of the.
And the pecan.
Yeah.
Aunt Dana, Maggie's half sister from Charlotte, she makes a salad. I know you guys hate the salad, but she
Waste of
Yeah,
time.
no greens on my
she
Thanksgiving
Thumbs
plate.
down.
She roasts the pecans that go in it by hand. She shells them, and then
Jeez.
she's cooking them nonstop.
Yeah, we can do that Christmas, not Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And she knows that I'm always hungry. So
You know,
she'll
the,
fry me a few right out of the oven.
The comedian John Panette used to say, salad is not food. Salad is a promise food is on the way. That's salad.
I like a good salad before a meal.
Hey, McCurry Van and Car Rental brings you the Mystery Fifth Hour. If you need a car, van, or truck, rent from McCurry Van and Car Rental, the local rental company you can depend on. Trucks, SUVs, passenger vans, they got them all. Easy to rent, in and out quick. Athens, Muscle Shoals, Huntsville, and Coleman on 2nd Avenue Northwest. Coming soon to Tuscaloosa, Skyland Boulevard. Reserve your rental today, 256-559-1003, 256-559-1003, or McCurryRentals.com.
That's when I usually do a disclaimer. This is where I say I absolutely love every member of my family.
That's going to fix
Yeah,
everything you've just said,
100%.
yes.
I'm just saying that sometimes
Tolly McBaldface.
these
you got,
stories,
Yes,
Mole
stories are
Lady.
enhanced for
Sure,
entertainment
for
purposes.
purposes of the camera.
Fat Ankles McGree.
Make sure you give us a thumbs up, especially if you're somehow related to Jim or Maggie. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Have a happy Thanksgiving, and we'll see you every single weekday morning, 9 to noon, on The Next Round.